Hello everyone, and my name is Cincy Day, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about, I guess, it's going to be my thoughts slash review of The Order 1886. Now, I have a lot of, let me tell you this, I've beaten the game, and I really enjoyed it, and I just kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit, only because I didn't feel like the reviews did it justice. You know, the average review that this game gets is like a 6, around a 6 or lower, and I tend to disagree on that. I don't think this is an amazing game. Like, I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 or even a 9 out of 10, but I don't think it deserves quite the harshness it's getting in the reviews. So like I said, I beat the game. Let's talk about the story real quick. The story it's a good story. I'll say that. It's compelling. I enjoyed it. However, at some points, I could also tell what was going to happen. I could predict, you could say. This game, though, is very, very cinematic, which again, I think helps its story. But it almost plays like, and this is not necessarily a bad thing. But I feel it's the closest that I've seen of like a video game, like feeling like a movie. Like the story in this game is like a movie script. Even the ending, which I'm not going to spoil, but it does end in a way that makes a sequel possible, like extremely possible. And the way it just kind of acts in that is very similar to a script in a movie. And because the game's length is 5 to 6 hours, it again kind of makes me feel like this is a lot more like a movie. Saying that, though, it's still not a movie in the case that there are actually quite a few bits, you know, the shooting in the game that kind of pulls you away from the sense that this is a movie. The graphics in this game, too, is one of the best, or the best I've seen on a console. Like, I've never seen like something that looks this good. There's points in this game where the cutscene will end, and I still can't tell if it's a cutscene, if the cutscene is still going on, or if I'm taking control, which I think is really good. This game kept me immersed the whole way through. I mean, just look at it right now. It just looks beautiful. I also think the guns are pretty unique in the game. I think for the uniqueness of the guns, the science guns are really cool. You have like one that shoots like a bolt of electricity. You have one where you like, it's kind of like you shoot, I don't know, this gasoline kind of thing in the air, and then you set it on fire to burn enemies, which is another really cool idea. And you know, these are some really unique parts of the game. And then you have, I guess, the biggest drawback I could see in the game is, of course, its length, which is around 5 to 6 hours, which many people don't feel it's appropriate for the price tag of $60. I also don't necessarily agree with it being a $60. I was saying that I don't think this game deserves a 6 for that. You probably hear my button mashing. Yeah, I gotta drown the guard. But back to it. I think also, I don't think this is what a lot of people expected. There are tons of button prompts in this game, and even fighting the lichens or werewolves, there are times when it's not what people would expect, but I guess also kind of disappointed people and led to the terrible scores. But that can't be like, it's not, I want to say it's the game's fault. It is the game. Let me try to explain this. Ready at Dawn made this game And even with the button prompts, they had the idea. And it not living up to people's expectations is kind of like games such as, it's like Watch Dogs or Destiny. However, I don't feel like those games were, let's say, destroyed as bad as The Order was. Now, I personally wasn't very disappointed because I kind of kept away. I was very excited for this game to begin with. And then when I saw like all the bad news, the bad press that it got before its release, I kind of got out of it and I didn't want to get it. But then I broke down about the game and I played it and again really enjoyed it. And I didn't feel like it didn't let down my expectations. There are points in this game where you have combat like Gears of War kind of combat, I would say. And the closest I can put this game on to an Xbox game would be Rise, Son of Rome, which I feel like this game is, in my opinion, better than Rise. I had more fun with this game anyway. But again, it goes back to the element of this game feels a lot like a movie, and that's where the kind of the button prompts push people. Now let's talk about what I think the scores. Again, I restate, it got 6s or lower. I don't feel like that's deserving the game. This game had a lot more good than it had bad. The short stories shouldn't be something that pushes a game that far back. This game has amazing graphics. The gunplay is nothing. Shooting and the gunplay in combat is nothing to brag about, but it's not awful. It's okay. The story is good, not great, but good. And one thing is, this game, at least for me personally, had no terrible glitches or bugs in it. Which, I mean, I played through it, and I had a gun would clip into something, an enemy would spaz out, but spaz out, but it was nothing terrible. However, I guess another disappointing thing, the one disappointing thing I felt about this game was the fight with the werewolves or lichens. It's the way they did it is very similar to in Dead Space 2. There's an enemy that you would fight and it would run up and ram you and knock you to the ground, and that's pretty much how they did like the werewolves fight. Now you'd also have these boss werewolves, which are another thing altogether. But again, it was more of you press a button and he does that.
Hands up.
Let me look up. I want to go back to the Watch Dogs things. Well, that's what I get for not pressing the control. Anyway, yeah, the game's easy. I will say this, the game is at least somewhat difficult in the combat. Like, you can die pretty easily, and if you mess up something like that, you will die. Let me just look up Watch Dogs.
Not a word. Inside.
Yeah, the Watch Dogs review 8 out of 10, 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10, where, you know, I was a lot more disappointed in that game than I was in this. That game had me brutally disappointed. I thought it was going to be this hype thing, and then Ubisoft would go dumb down the graphics.
Convict everyone's talking about.
Let's look up Destiny.
There's only one way out of here.
4 out of 5, 6 out of 10, 4 out of 5.
Dead, that's where you are.
Again, higher reviews than The Order had. However, I didn't buy Destiny. I did not enjoy it. I didn't think I got what I saw didn't impress me enough to buy the game. Now, the game's characters, of course, you see Galahad.
He has a gun!
Here, and I like the characters for what they are. I enjoy them. I like Lafayette, which is a French character in the game. I think the characters are well done. I also see that's what I'm talking about. Like the prompts where you do that is in the game. But you know, the scenery and the choices they used for you to travel in this game, I thought were really well done and really cool. Like once you fight in this kind of like air balloon type of thing, which was really cool to be in. Again, I don't feel like this game deserves 6 out of 10s and even lower reviews. I feel like it's a good enough game to where it maybe should get 7s. 7, 7.5, 7.5. I don't think it deserves an 8, but I don't think it deserves all the flack it's getting.
Give yourself up, monsieur. My next shot will not be a warning.
So, in closing, the good I see in this game is I feel like the characters are good. I think the story's okay. The graphics are amazing. I think the combat is okay, nothing to brag with again. The meh in this thing, they're not good, they're not bad. I don't think the music is meh. I think I think some of the
The player's over, Galahad.
that's the only meh. Now, the bad things
Raise your hands!
is only bad things I see is I think the story again is too short. I don't think 5 to 6 hours gives this justice. However, the story they told in that amount of time is good, and they left it again over to a sequel. I also well, I'm forgetting what I was gonna say.
No one may escape the penalty.
I think, but yeah, I just think that I think the fights with the werewolves could have, and Lycans could have been done better. However, the way that they were, it's fine, it's okay. It fits the game, and I think the boss battles, while they're not great, I think they're really cool, really well done in the way they did it. Which again, very somatic way of doing it. You press. Let's see other things. Oh yeah, the AI in this game, the AI is a meh. The AI in this game sometimes can get a little wonky, but other than that, it's fine.
Galahad, acknowledge. This is command.
I read you, Percival.
Enjoying a strong...
But yeah,
Nothing quite like
I think that most of the hate, I want to say hate, the flack this game gets is because of its length,
We have confirmation that
maybe because of the disappointment it faced, but yeah, the disappointment that it faced didn't affect games such as Watch Dogs
with Igraine and Lafayette.
or Destiny as much as it did The Order. And I feel like if this game had a multiplayer, I think that's another thing. Is this game, after you play the story, it has no multiplayer. After you play the story, it's it. And the replay value is only for is only to get the collectibles and get a platinum, which again,
Assess the situation.
something I want to talk about is if it's really easy to get a platinum trophy in this game.
Yes.
If I had to review and score this game, I personally,
Propulsion.
I would probably give it a probably 7.5. I'll be honest. I
Pursuing bedlamites.
wouldn't give it an 8, nor would I don't think it's a 7. I would give it a 7.5, 7.5. That is my score out of 10.
Joining us?
I have a small matter.
I think, now let me put this out there. I think that if you're a person who loves graphics and is a really like graphics kind of guy who loves graphics and games, I think you should buy this game. I think if you own a PS4, I think you should put a lot of thought into buying this game, because this is something that I feel if you have a certain console, like an Xbox One, Wii U, or a PS4, you owe it to yourself to get all the exclusives. But that again is me. However, you don't have to. I don't think if you're a casual gamer, if you just play a game once in a while, I don't think this is the game for you. Or maybe it is. But again, everybody's different. Some people may hate the game, some people may like it. But yeah, I feel if you own a PS4, you should think about getting it. I think if you're a person who likes graphics, I think you should get this game. I don't think this game is a must-have, I think in some cases it could be a console seller for the PS4. I would like this game to sell well because I really want a sequel, which again, I enjoyed playing this game.
Morning.
So yeah, that's just my closing. 7.5 out of 10. Anyway, that's pretty much what I want to talk about today. Is just kind of the things I was feeling about this game, and I wanted to get it out there. Oh, let me talk about this. This is I actually like this, the way of looking at objects. I think it's really well done, and it's kind of like if you ever played LA Noire, I hope I'm saying that right, that's how they do that too, which is pretty cool. And I think the collectibles in this game is you can find those. Here, this is the other type of collectible. There's a phonograph, which I think is a cool way of doing it. You just go into the options, go into the archive, and
It befell in the days of Uther Pendragon, when he was king of
anyway,
England.
that's kind of my whole spiel. That's what I wanted to talk about.
On my way down to the street.
I think my next video, I'm going to talk about Tomb Raider, my thoughts on Tomb Raider and Rise of Tomb Raider, and I think I'll also put Uncharted 4 in there, only because the two games are somewhat similar. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed watching. I'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, favorite, and subscribe if you would. That would be very helpful. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm going to get a Twitch going, so I might play this game. I might play it for you guys. Yeah. Closing statements. I hope this game sells well. I want a sequel. 7.5 out of 10. See you guys next time.